Hello, everyone. It's Charmaine Hammond with Positive Radio. You know, there's so many organizations out there that are doing incredible work. One of my favorite organizations is Some Other Solutions. They're in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada. And today we've got Izzy Castillo on the phone with us. And she's going to be talking about a wonderful resource called 211. You're going to hear all about what it is, how it can help you if you're a parent, an employer, an employee, a community member looking where to find help in your community. And today we'll be featuring how this service can help you in Fort McMurray in Wood Buffalo region. Welcome to the show, Izzy.
Thank you for having me here to talk about 211.
I'm really excited about this because 211's a great resource. So tell us what it is. What's 211?
Well, 211 has been in Buffalo for a year now. It's a great service that's been in a lot of different provinces. 211 is an information and referral service. So it's an easy number, just dialing 211, that you can get connected to a full range of social, health, and government services that we have in the community. So it's free if anyone were to call it. It's great because it's operated 24 hours,
Wow.
7 days a week. It's operated by information referral specialists who you're talking to a real person, so you will be talking to an operator. You will get linked to a lot of different resources in the community.
Having lived in Fort McMurray before, Izzy, as you know, there's lots of people who are coming into the community. They've moved with their family. They've got a fine school and housing and employment and all of that. Is 211 a service that could help a new community member get grounded and get familiar with all the services they'll need?
It's a great service, especially for anyone who's new to the community, because there's a lot of great resources that we have here, and often maybe those individuals might feel like there's not a lot in the community that's offered, but 211 is a great way to direct people to the services that they may not be aware of that we have here.
Wonderful. And I know that's a real challenge for people when they move. We get used to what services we access in our own community or region or province, and then we go to another province and everything is called something different. And so why else would people want to use 211?
Many people who possibly are looking for, let's just say, volunteer opportunities. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities in organizations in Buffalo, but if a volunteer were to just call 211, they would be able to get that information as to what kind of volunteer opportunities are available and at what organization is that available at. To even service organizations who they've been in the community for a long time, but their services aren't being promoted as much.
Right.
211 can direct people to it. So a lot of residents in Buffalo will be able to access those services that they weren't familiar with in the beginning. So it really helps service organizations, professionals, referring clients to the service that they were not too strong in knowing what services we have here.
Right.
They'll be able to give this nice 211 with Buffalo pocket guide that we have in the community that can give them just the top resources that are referred often.
Oh, that's excellent. Izzy, one of the things that I was thinking is you mentioned that this isn't just a computer service where people go into a database on a computer and find the information themselves. They can actually talk to a real person. Who are these real people?
They're information and referral specialists. They're individuals who are trained as crisis workers and also information referral specialists that they look at a situation, assess it, and they really narrow it down to linking them to the best available services that we have in the community. A lot of people might wonder, is it an operator? But it's a real person that you can actually explain your situation to and get the help you need on your own terms. It's a nice personal touch about 211 that not a lot of people are aware of, but they are really trained individuals who are taking the calls, and they are well equipped to refer people to a lot of services.
Wow, that's a really important added feature because I would imagine that there are times that people are looking for a service in the community, Wood Buffalo, for example, and they are in distress or their stress level is pretty high or their situation feels desperate. So the fact that they can actually talk to a real person who was also skilled and trained, I think is a really positive benefit.
Oh, and especially with a lot of organizations, they run on the regular business hours.
Mm-hmm.
The 211, this is someone they can actually talk to and get referrals from that are past the outside of like the office hours that we usually have. So because 211 being a 24-hour service.
Wow.
And it's confidential, so individuals who might be fearing that their information is going to be given to other people, this is something that they can keep in mind when calling, that all the stuff that they're going to be talking about is very confidential on the line.
That's fantastic. What a great way to get connected to the services you need and quickly. Izzy, is there a cost for 211? Like if I was to call on a weekend and I know I can get access to this live person, am I getting a Visa bill or having to pay by PayPal or anything?
No, no, it's actually it can be accessed at no cost for anyone calling the service by just dialing 211.
And what an easy number to remember. We're trained all through life. 911 for emergency 911. So 211, what an easy number to remember whenever you need help in finding the right resource. You know, one of the things that I was thinking about when I was listening to you, Izzy, is that I do a lot of work, as you know, with corporations and human resource professionals and people in workplaces that are actually having to make referrals for their employee who might need help, whether it's mental health services or health services or financial. I can see that 211 Wood Buffalo could be so helpful to employers as well in terms of getting their employees the support they need in the community.
It helps anyone, benefits anyone from all ages, different backgrounds, and different needs. Anyone who, from, someone who might be in a personal, going through a difficult time in their life or a crisis situation, to, as a community as a whole, that if we were to go through a community crisis, 211 is really some place people can really reach at.
Right. Now, in your opinion, Izzy, why would you say 211 works? Because I know from talking to you, it really does work. Why does it work?
It works because it's really just one place, like a single access point someone can really go to and get that targeted help. So often there's this individual were to get referred to a whole bunch of different organizations, but let's just say that some of those organizations are not really eligible for that individual. 211 really helps narrow it down and actually refer people to the right services.
I think that's key because in this day of technology where, you call a number and they say, press 4 to get through this line. Then you press 4 and you got to press 2 and you've got to press another number. And I've been on different sort of help features with different businesses that I can't get to the resource I need. I love what you're saying, that 211 is just really simple for people and that anyone could navigate through it easily.
And it reduces just anyone's frustration or confusion that they might be going through, or just they're having a stressful time in their life. By just calling that number, it just really narrows, it kind of diffuses that for the caller.
Right.
So that they can just get that information that they really need and not have to go through a whole bunch of different people to get to that one place.
Yeah, and in a time of stress, I think anything we can do to make people's process and navigation easier, the better for them. Now, I know when you and I were talking, Izzy, you were talking about the importance of making sure that organizations in Wood Buffalo are actually listed on 211, and it's really clear to me now why it's so important for them to be listed. How would an organization who's not yet on 211 go about getting on 211?
They would get in touch with me. So I'm the information referral assistant here in Wood Buffalo, so I really seek to get people included in the service. They can email me at my email at mentor.izzy@solutions.ca, and I can get in touch with them and give them an inclusion form.
Great.
Once they complete that inclusion form, they will be going through the process to see if they can be listed on the service.
Super. And it sounds like everything with 211, it's just been made really easy for the agencies to get listed as well.
Yep, it's really easy for them. They just complete one form, and we kind of go through the process of seeing if they are eligible. And if they are, they get listed into the service right away, and then we keep in touch with them every year to get that information updated.
Great. Yeah, and I guess that's key, making sure that the agencies, organizations always have that accurate current information up there on 211.
Oh, yeah, we want to make sure everything's accurate for the callers who are getting this information. So it's very important for service organizations to keep their information up to date.
Perfect. So, folks, we've been talking to Izzy Castillo with Some Other Solutions. She's also with 211 Wood Buffalo. She's the information and referral assistant for 211. She's also the youth worker, a mentor with Some Other Solutions. Now, I know Izzy had mentioned you can find them on the web at ab.211. That's the numbers, 211.ca. They've also got an incredible Facebook page. I really suggest you go and follow the 211 Wood Buffalo Facebook page because there's great information. And of course, they're on Twitter. They love to tweet, and that's at 211WB, which stands for Wood Buffalo. And I'd really encourage you all to go over to someothersolutions.ca. They've got fantastic information about crisis intervention, prevention, postvention, all the services they offer, and of course, 211. Izzy, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about 211?
Yeah, I just wanted to give some examples when you asked me earlier, but this is something that I want to put out there about who really benefits for the service.
Yes, tell us.
Just some examples would be a son seeking transportation for his aging parents, to, a laid-off employee wanting to find out about employment insurance, a teenager attempting to deal with school or social issues, to a mother asking to enroll her daughter into a soccer camp, let's just say, to a recent immigrant seeking help with language problems, to someone looking for volunteer opportunities either in camps or children's literacy programs. Those are just major ones. It's not just the basic needs that people might be wanting information about, but also recreational type of stuff that we have in our community, to just finding some information how to access transportation.
Wow. It really is a comprehensive database of anything anyone would need service-wise to live in Wood Buffalo.
It really goes into all the sectors that many people might be wanting information about in our community.
Wow, well, I love this service, and I think back to the days when I had my business up in Fort McMurray and we were making tons of referrals, and it was almost before the internet. so so we were using the old yellow pages and sort of pamphlets and knowing who you know, and it took time, and often it was inaccurate information. And I think that's such a unique feature about 211 Wood Buffalo, is that it's current information, it's relevant information, and it's so easy to get to. Wow. It sounds great.
It's great just because it gives a lot of people not just a number about an organization, but very detailed information to be part of that, to go to that program. You need to be, is there a cost to it, to their hours they operate, to all the programs they offer. So it really gives a lot of people a lot of information that they may not be able to access to just looking at a poster in the community.
Right. Well, Izzy, I'm so glad you came to talk with us today about 211 Wood Buffalo. I really believe it's a service that can help so many people, and I just see the benefits for the service providers in the community using this as their referral source when they're making referrals for clients, when they're getting their employees to the right place, the right service. It's just a desktop service that we can use from everywhere, even through our cell phone.
Yep, for sure.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Izzy.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Folks, we've been talking with Izzy with 211 Wood Buffalo. You can find them on the web at ab.211.ca. You can also find them on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, go on over and visit someothersolutions.ca.